If you're listening today and you're in a country a long way away and you don't have any support around you, we want you to know that we love you. You're not alone. And if you can get the means to be able to see some of God's Word and have a conversation with the Lord, talk to Him, counsels you. Number 2, He steadies us. How does God hold tomorrow in His hands? He not only counsels us, but He steadies us. Love verse 8. I've set the Lord always before me, because He is at my right hand. I shall not be shaken. You know, I know she won't mind me saying this, but I love my mama so much. And my mama just is battling to walk at the moment. And, you know, I went over to see her yesterday, and, you know, it's such a privilege for me as her son to be able to let her take my arm. Because she can hardly walk on her own. Yo, Mama, I'll help you. Let her take my arm. Now, she couldn't walk up these steps. But she could, you know, go along here very slowly. And you know, when I walk up there, or Dad does, or Karen does, or one of my brothers, or one of her grandchildren say, yeah, well, Granny, take my arm. That's a privilege. It's not a chore. That's one of the greatest privileges. Can I tell you why? Because I can't tell you the number of times when I've had to take my mama's arm. That's the picture here. So how does God hold tomorrow? Takes our arm. He steadies us. Number 3, He cares for us. Look at verse 9. Powerful verse. Therefore my heart is glad, and my whole being rejoices. And by the way, that word there, being, it's an interesting word, because in the Hebrew, it literally means my tongue speaks joy. My tongue speaks joy. So my heart is glad, my whole being, my tongue cannot stop. Yabbity, 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 yabbity. Just all this joy comes out, even though I'm hurting. And number 3, my flesh also dwells secure. When I read that, I thought about the 3 little baby girls that we announced that were born in our church family this week, that we announced. Just a tiny little squawking chicken like this. And you know, when you get a little baby, it's a precious thing. Have you noticed with a baby might be, you know, not feeling so good or teething or whatever it might be, and you get down and you start talking to that little baby, and all of a sudden the little baby connects with the sound of his or her mother's voice or Grandpa's voice or whoever, and they slowly let go of their teething pain, begin to break into the smile, and then start to coo. Is there anything sweeter than a baby's coo? I don't know what to say, but they sang it anyway. And my favorite saying to little babies, you say, tell me anything. Doesn't matter. Now watch what happens here. Here's David facing this incredible thing, and he says, you know what? I'm going to have confidence in tomorrow because I know who holds my hand, and how he does it is he cares for me. Now look at the fallout of this. The care of God, the voice of God, the love of God, the Spirit of God does 3 things. It causes his heart to be glad. When a person's heart is glad, they begin to speak joy. When you combine a glad heart and spoken joy, guess what happens? You sleep right. Because you got peace in your body. This is the ultimate combo. This is a package deal. His heart was glad. His tongue rejoiced. And so my body also dwells secure. He cares for us. Number 4, he stays with us. Verse 10, you will not abandon my soul to hell. Stays with us. See, when he speaks about that, it is an eschatological statement. He's talking about life after death, but he's providing this tomorrow continuum. That's why the next statement is an eternal statement. He's talking about the foreverness of God's care. And what he's saying here at this juncture is that God's not short-term. He never leaves us nor forsakes us. He stays with me when I'm alive, and he stays with me even after I have died. Because knowing him means that I can never die. I have no fear in life and I have no fear in death. What hope?